Hello, and welcome to another Elevated Marketing Chat, where we discuss data-driven digital marketing strategies that help your business grow. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. We are a digital marketing agency located in Indianapolis, but we service clients all over. In fact, we have a client that's in Denmark. So we provide solutions based on accurately tracking and understanding your digital marketing data. And I do mean yours, because we believe every data set has a story to tell, and everybody is at different places in their digital marketing. And just like that, we said we're all about solutions, so you can find us at elevatedmarketing.solutions. All right, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. If you're finding this on the blog, then we're all over. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're listening. Any comments, likes, shares. We love to hear from you guys and what more value that we can provide for you. I'm definitely here in the comments to answer any questions or comments that you might have. So let's get started with our quote. Let me get it up here on the screen. And so, if you're not willing to risk the unusual, you'll just have to settle for the ordinary. And, I think about this in business terms that, doing status quo is perfectly fine. For some, and it might be okay with an industry that's perhaps not changing that much. But I try to think of an industry that is not constantly evolving, and we're all moving at different paces. And it with the internet, with the pandemic, if you're watching this later, we just had a pandemic, or we're still in the middle of a pandemic. You have to constantly be risking things. And with online marketing, it is moving fast, like really fast. What we knew yesterday changes today, and we have to constantly be trying new things, and so we have to constantly be risking, but risking with the background of knowledge that we already have. So you have to not settle for ordinary, or you're not going to stick out in today's world of so much content. So, and sometimes I tend to not be that disordinary in my content. So I have a huge slide deck today, and I'm hoping that I can get through it. I think I have like 55 slides, but I like to be pretty thorough. And the question today is YouTube right for my digital marketing plan? And I'll just go ahead and spoil alert. By the time I get to the end, yes, like you need to get YouTube into your plan. YouTube is the second largest internet property in the world. Stop in the sentence. That's it. So when people are online, Google is number one at 92.5 billion, and this is according to visualcapitalist.com, and I've got several other resources as well. And then number two is YouTube at 34.6 billion. So when the blog comes out, you're going to see some great stats and some neat looking charts that really showcases where YouTube is at in this. And some of you might be like, well, what about Facebook? Well, Facebook got overtaken by YouTube and is at 25.5 billion. And that's the amount of users on a monthly basis. So yeah, it's the second largest property, and Google owns YouTube, if you didn't already know. And so there's a lot of things kind of wrapped up within Google. Sometimes some people look at YouTube as a social media channel, and sometimes people don't. It's really just a user-generated video platform more than anything, and which can be very social. Look at TikTok and how much it has taken off with user-generated. Only those are short videos, and YouTube, you could be on there for hours. In fact, you get rewarded for keeping people on your YouTube and watching video after video. Like, why is that? Because YouTube makes money off of ads. Everybody makes money off of ads. It's what makes the world go round. So, according to Blero, YouTube in general has 2 billion users. So this is the amount of people that use YouTube. According to SEMrush, they've got YouTube up at number 2. According to Statista, hopefully I said that right. Sometimes I like to make up words into my own pronunciation. They've got Facebook and YouTube listed as social media channels. So just like I kind of said earlier, sometimes people put them into a social media aspects. But 73% of U.S. adults use YouTube. When we're talking about marketing, we're talking about eyeballs, we're talking about getting our story and getting our messaging out in front of people that we can help them with their problems, and we've got a solution. So yeah, 500 hours are uploaded every minute. This right here is being uploaded right now. Each visitor spends 11 minutes and 24 seconds on YouTube on average every day. 70% of people watch YouTube is really determined by the algorithm of YouTube, and we're gonna get into that in just a second. So there are a lot of people, again, second most visited website, second most used social platform, more than 1 billion hours of video. So, and people are consumed by video. So it's not really so much as a should I, it's more of a how should I market on YouTube. So the first thing, you need video. You're going to need some video, and you got to stop overthinking it. YouTube has been around for 16 years, and that's how long your competitor has had to come up with their video plan. And you just have to start somewhere. You have to find somebody in the company maybe that can do what I'm doing, or maybe you have to hire an expert. Maybe you need to bring somebody in-house. Like, that's a whole nother elevated marketing chat in itself on that. So we're not going to talk about, getting your video up there. You have to start. Like, go back on my YouTube channel and look in the very beginning and look at my videos then versus my videos now. And I leave those there for a reason. Like, there's a journey from the beginning to the end of where you started. And you take that failure and you build on top of it. And people want authenticity. They want real. I'm real. You can pinch me. I'm right here. I'm giving you information about how to market your business, and I'm just trying to help. And we can provide a service that gets you there. So just like Google, there is both the organic and there is the ad side. And just like in organic, there's all kinds of SEO tips that go along with adding your videos up there. At first, you just have to get started. If you remember that first time that you just put a website out and you got it up, well, that's what you have to do here with video. And then you just have to constantly, grow on that. You have to think about long descriptions and keywords and the title and description. You have to think about what are people searching for when it comes to YouTube. YouTube videos show in search results now too. So that's another reason why you should be on YouTube, because imagine if you had a piece of content, you had a video, and you had an ad all in the same placement. And the user's like, man, that person really knows what they're talking about. Let me go to their website, or let me go to their video and let me learn more about them. And that's the whole goal, is for the user and for Google to let them know that you do in fact have the information and you can share with other people, how to get better at whatever it is, or solve this problem or solve that solution. So you need themed playlists. So think about like different service lines that you have, relevant categories, relevant location, language. You got to add some end cards to the end of YouTube, because you get rewarded if you keep people on YouTube and watching more and more videos. There's a whole set of data that has to do with YouTube and paying attention to that. We're all going a million miles an hour, and so it's just something else to learn. So, us, our favorite is ads. So let's talk a little bit about ads and where all those can be at. So it's not just YouTube. Websites on the Google Display Network. So I'll show you that here in a minute. Actually, I won't show you. I'm just going to talk about it. You'll have to get to our blog in order to see the different places. Apps. So all the apps that you play on, Weather Channel, what have you, as long as they have a video placement, which a lot of them do, because that's how they make money too, and how they're able to keep their apps for free. Other YouTube channels, so think of your competitors. They have YouTube channels. Did you know you can put a 6-second video in front of your competitors' videos? Yeah, that's plausible. Trying to get people over to you. That's just a competitor strategy. Other YouTube videos, so you could showcase there as well. And then I'll go through kind of the targeting that you can do here as well. So the display network, so this is like 95% of websites out there, 95, it's 2 million websites. So we're talking about like NBC, Fast Money, I'm reading off a screen here, but about.com, like this is how all of these, internet properties are able to sustain and provide content, is by providing ads on side of their websites. And there's lots of different places for us digital marketers to be able to buy ads, to be able to place on there, and lots of ways to target. But the Google Display Network is a huge place. It covers a lot of them, but there's a lot of other third-party places as well. I personally am fine with just the Google Display Network, because there's just so much to do. So targeting, let's talk about targeting for a minute. Google is very much getting ahead of Facebook, and with the new iOS update, it could get even dicier. Because we're not talking about apps, we're talking about websites. And so that's why Google is sitting on the sidelines a little bit, and I'm going to do a elevated marketing alert on that, the domino effects of less tracking and that coming. And I'm also going to be on a couple podcasts to talk about that as well. So back to the targeting. You can target by age, gender, parental status, household income. You can talk about detailed demographics, shared graphics, traits, college students, homeowners, new parents. You can target by interest. So people have certain interest in certain items, and this is all based on their search behavior. Affinity audiences. So this is more of like to drive awareness and drive consideration. Great places to kind of be getting people at the top of the funnel, just somewhat interested in your products and services, and doesn't cost as much. Custom affinity, so you can build like an audience of your competitors' URLs, and Google will go out there and find your audience. Life events like moving, graduating from college, getting married. In-market audiences, so these are people who are actually in market based on their search behavior for your products and services. Custom intent, these are built with performance advertisers in mind, reaching viewers that are in the purchase decision making process. You got remarketing. So you can remarket to people who have interacted with any of your videos before, certain videos. You can upload custom lists, so people that you've already collected their email, people who have interacted with your app before. Google will build similar audiences to all these people. So you kind of get my drift here that the targeting is really amazing. It's a lot different than, several years ago when you put a billboard up on, let's just say in Indianapolis on 465, and you just hope that the person that drives by there is actually interested in your products and services. Like, this is completely different. I think people really get wrapped up in, are people going to want to watch my video? Or people get wrapped up in podcasts. Like, are people really going to want to listen to me? You don't know. You got to get it out there. We're sales, anymore. Online marketing takes care of 60% of the sale before it even gets to the sales rep. So you have to constantly be talking about your products and services, and just talk about, how you can solve people's problems. So content targeting, like I mentioned earlier, you can place yourself on certain placements or certain channels, so you can target your competitors. Let's say they've built up quite a bit of audience. You could do that. Certain channels. Topic based, so I just want to target people who are interested in probiotics. I can do that. Keywords, I can add keywords that are perhaps on the page. So think about like a news article that is talking about YouTube, and then all of a sudden I've got this YouTube video that I'm doing right now that is talking about, is YouTube right for your digital marketing plan? And hopefully I'm entertaining enough that it works. So lots of layering that can go on between these different types of targeting. All of this we will, dig into more detail inside of the blog. So lots of different types of video ads are available. Again, I think in the blog we'll go into all the type of different formats that are available. There's a lot of them, and you just have to kind of write out your plan. So to answer the question, is YouTube right for my digital marketing plan? The answer is yes. You need to get started today. It's a whole nother animal and I don't say that to be overwhelming, but it's the #2 website in the world, and so you need to get on it, and you need to be placing out good content and get started somewhere, So that is it for today. You can like, follow, and subscribe at elevatedmarketing.solutions. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. And next time we are going to talk about how design plays into the success of your social and digital ads. If you just want to chat and see if there's something that we can help you with, you can book a strategy call with elevatedmarketing.solutions. And outside of that, I will see you guys on April 8th. All right, take care.